More money will not fix your bad debt problem. Hi, I'm Steve A. Cole, and we're going to talk about getting out of debt, bad debt that is. And I want you to check out this clip. Take a look. So, Shanna, you actually read the ebook, Three Simple Ways to Get Out of Debt. And you said you had some questions, so I figured it would be beneficial to my viewers to hear what you have to say, and hence I asked your permission for this, and you could just go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Thanks, Steve. First, I want to commend you on writing your ebook, Three Simple Ways to Get Out of Debt. I have read it and I've started to implement some of the strategies. I noticed that in the ebook, you talked about knowing where you are, knowing your status, and I really want you to just expound on why that is important and how we actually know where we are.
I'm glad you actually brought that up because I wanted to make the point that use this analogy. If you have two ships, one that's actually, I'll say, have a captain, has a direction, a known destination, in where you're headed, and what harbor you're actually leaving from, right? Now think about the other scenario where you have a ship, there is no captain at the helm, they have no particular direction that's made. 99.95% of the time, that ship that has a captain who knows exactly where they're heading and exactly where they'll be leaving from and the charted course with it, they're gonna get to the destination. But the person, however, who's on a ship that has no captain, they're gonna be embarking on a journey they have absolutely nowhere of identifying where they're gonna end up. And that could be shipwrecked on some shore. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
So it's pretty important for you to be able to identify where you are and where you need to be.
Okay, perfect. You also talked about creating a budget and cutting fat. But personally, I must tell you that for me, everything is important. And I don't just spend, I don't think I spend unwisely. I actually think I'm a good spender and I spend with good intentions. Let me know more about what is this fat, this extra fat that you're talking about, and how do I actually cut fat?
Okay. Well, really, when I'm talking about fat, I'm saying that there are some things that are excessive, meaning that we could do without it, we won't die without them, and they aren't necessarily necessary. Does that make sense? So, when you're actually, say, buying a cheesecake, is that something necessary, or would you consider that luxury?
Do you really want me to answer that?
I'm just saying. Well, I'll give you some examples. Like, for instance, I remember there comes a time when I actually go to the gym, right? So I pay for gym membership, but I don't really reach. So it's there for months and months and months, and I'm not utilizing this thing. Now, that's a fee that I have to pay, right? Wouldn't it be easier if I went to the closest mall or some field somewhere and
It's
take a
park.
jog?
Exactly.
Like a park, right?
Yes.
Just take a jog, right? It's free. And it's a good cardiovascular workout,
Mhm.
right? So there are ways in which we could cut some fat. You like to talk? Sure, you like to talk. You're
Yes.
talking to me right now, right? So how about talking to me on the phone? Isn't it cool that you can come here and sit and talk with me?
Yeah.
Free, as opposed to calling me on the phone and talking, right? And mind you, maybe if the person is a far distance away and you can't necessarily go and see them, it's possible that you could get on a plan. Every carrier has some kind of plan in which maybe it's free nights and you can talk during the night. So you cut the fat.
That's true, but then what if I absolutely cannot cut any fat?
All right, well, yeah, maybe if you can't cut any fat, you die without it. Like
Yes.
everything, like you're paying mortgage and 35% of that earning that you have is taken up by mortgage. Or maybe it is that it's food that's left over afterwards, right? So legitimately, you can't cut any fat. But you know what? You know what you need to do? Get a job. I don't personally recommend it though, because job takes you away from your family and stuff like that. And if you're already doing 8 hours and you lose 8 more hours trying to make a buck stretch. You know, there are other things that are being sacrificed.
Oh, and this is where you talk about getting an extra income.
Exactly, and there are some creative ways in which you could do that, right? Whether it is network marketing or if it is that you're doing direct selling, maybe you want to, sell something on eBay. I don't know.
Yeah.
So there are some additional ways in which you can generate some additional income that can offset that what you can't do right now with one job. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Thank you for watching. I hope you found it informative. And if you haven't gotten your 3 steps to get out of debt free ebook, it's on the link down below in the description box. So, Steve A. Cole, that's the Facebook channel. I want you to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next week.